Or no. Pegasus took the finals off of who was it? Was it Noblesse?
I don't think
Can't
I tested the
remember,
game.
Robin.
I don't know. We'll just go ahead and say it was MΔStephano. That way we seem cool and like we know stuff. Alright, sorry guys, got the overlays ready to go and everything. We should be set up. First time ever using the overlay thing though, so kind of like, whoa, this is cool. I was in all of it for a second.
It is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to, oh, we put the players in? Fantastic, too. I'm going to put the players in really quick. And then we'll be good to go, guys. Go ahead and take away the introductions, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 9 o'clock position, we have the pink Power Ranger. He's the pink Zerg. He is MspodStephano.
So good, man. So good.
His opponent, spawning in 3 o'clock position, is our orange Protoss today. Complexities, MVPs, Tails.
There he is, man. Guys are so cute. And look at this map, man. This map is huge. You know what that means. When we have a huge map, doesn't mean we're excited. It means that we're going to have a macro game, man. Gosh, these guys have such great macro, such great timings, if you will. And this map really screams that type of play that we've been seeing the last couple of games. I know the other two games that we had screamed them as well, but this screams it even louder. This is a Banshee scream. And it's not like a Terran Banshee. It's like an actual October 31st Halloween haunted house Banshee. Yeah. Thank you for the sound, man. I don't know if I could do it, but Kibble's backing us up, man. That's what it sounds like. We're gonna be having a nice macro game as we actually have. It looks like a fast expand. You're ridiculous.
I tried to say macro there. We are gonna see a macro game. It's almost absolutely sure.
You are scary, man. Ugh.
This map actually does have the third rocks. It didn't. It didn't look like it. Okay, never make that sound again, please. Forge fast expand out of Tails, and it's built a little forward, but that gives him the perfect, nice, small, teeny weeny choke. Meanwhile, we are seeing. Can you poke Robin to change the Tails icon to toss?
Oh dear. Forward. God, I fail so hard at life.
Quick pull followed up by a quick hatchery. Don't even worry about it, Robin. 15 hatch going down, followed up from that pull. So, guys, Stephano, another gasless build. We're going to see him explode macro-wise, maybe pop out a couple links, clear out these rocks in the third so we can drop a nice, fast third hatchery.
Love it, man. He's doing the same build over and over again, but that's fine. It allows him to open up. Zergs really don't have this type of build. They have a road map. How do I get to my mid-game push that I want to do, and how do I stay alive getting there? How can I get into the amount of drones that I want? And he's just going the safe route. He's going to get my pull out first. I'm going to make sure I have lanes ready to go. I can stop anything that might be crazy from Tails. So he has some really huge macro games that might be in his arsenal. So go ahead and open the pool, get out a couple lanes, get some scouting information, and I'll just delay that roadmap just a tad bit longer. Delay that mid-game push I may want to do just a couple of seconds so I can get that pull up. It's so smart, and I love it. I love it, and I do it all the time on the ladder now because I used to go 15 hatch every time, and I got punished too much because people cheese and diamond. But nonetheless, Ling on the way for scouting straight to that natural.
And the reason we're not seeing any of these cheeses out of these players, these guys are so good that they'll both be able to hold off NHEs. Like, if Tails 4-gated Stephano would hold it off with ease.
Yeah.
And then, like, if he didn't see a Forge fast expand, he'd be like, wait, what? And he'd be all suspicious. He'd have his Evo chamber timed perfectly, have one Spore Crawler at the front of his base, so, like, Dark Templars couldn't beat him. And a 4-gate, he'd just hold it off and Tails would be behind. So that's why we see these guys playing safe, going for these expands, going for the macro games. Because they don't want to do anything early game that will put them behind. Because their opponent's almost guaranteed to hold it off. So the second Nexus just wrapping up for Tails, guys. Are we going to see some Lings and see Stephano move for a third base? Or are we not?
Oh, I would hope so. In game one, we saw him see him grab that third first before he even decided to get speed. This time, he decided to go ahead and get his gas up, get his speed out first. And that's fine. This map is huge, like we were saying earlier on. He wants to have that mobility ready for him, being able to scout, being able to be all over the place at once, if you will. So went ahead and delayed that third just a tad, and he should be fine. Check out the drone count. Right now, we're 28 to 27. In terms, we're a little bit even. We should be seeing that change just a tad bit. 9 drones are actually on their way. Evolution chamber being started up. But he's not saturating gas. Yes, there you go. Hopping back on it. Actually, kind of fun. If you get Evolution Chamber down, start up an upgrade, get out a layer right afterwards, your +1 attack And your lair will finish at the same time, or I'm sorry, at the same time as if you start your speed afterwards to the lair. Gosh, so many upgrades. You gotta remember all these timings, but might be seeing that from him. Maybe some kind of roach aggression. I'm a fan of roaches on this map, although I think lings would be a tad bit better due to the fact that the map is so huge.
Yeah, I think we may see wall roach is definitely a possibility. And we see players, recalling I Am Lucio versus Slayer Celicia, a game on this map where I stole a build from with Roach Ling Aggression versus Alicia that he actually just killed Alicia with. You can make use of units like this, but with these really fast gases out of Stephano, and he's taking out these rocks trying to grab a third, he hasn't started Lair Tech yet, but the melee upgrades really make me think he wants to go for Mutalisks. This is a great map for Mutalisks. They are very mobile,
yeah.
and on the same line of thought, I want to say from Tails, we haven't seen any Stargate play out of him. If he's going to whip it out, I feel like this may be the map to do it.
Maybe possibility is we actually have that 5 gate out now. 4 Tails has finished 4 up in the base. Let's have his level 1 ground weapons on the way, following up with that ground armor. Finally, Stephano starting up on that creep, throwing down a couple of spine crawlers just to be safe. Double Evo Chambers, as he said, getting out those upgrades, and actually looks like Tails is going to be a little aggressive here. Might be doing that feint that he's been doing for the last couple of games, which we say we are a huge fan of him. Even running by those Onaga towers, he wants the Ling to see, hey, I'm doing a little bit of a push, you need to make units now, quit making drones for a second. But nonetheless, Tails going to go ahead and chill at the Zelnaga for a couple of seconds, possibly running back home to macro up just a tad bit. Looking around, though, I'm not seeing any other form of tech on the way. He did grab that 4th gas as well, so we're going to have to be seeing something pretty soon. Either that, he's going to be really heavy on that sentry count, so here we go, still pushing, though. Might be
he's not bringing a probe to build a proxy pylon, and I feel like he's just poking in for the fake push here, but he didn't force it. I feel like Stephano intentionally didn't take the Zelnaga towers because he didn't want to overreact to anything, but now has the links, 5 spine crawlers, and MVPTAiLS will turn around and go home, but here's the problem. If Stephano reinforces this with a lot of links, last time we saw Tails make it home just in time. I don't know about this time, man. These 14 links spawn, and it looks like Stephano actually isn't going to give chase. I felt like, look at the quantity of links he's got out right now. +1's about to wrap up for him.
Yeah, I think
MVPTAiLS maybe overextending himself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. He could really get us surrounded and kill up this army in the middle of the map, and it's going to be really hard to hold off any pressure at the naturals. We actually have a 3rd being taken from Tails right now. Stalkers and a couple of synergies on there, but look at that. Stephano not going to capitalize on that. He is running with some lings, though, across the map, but I think Tails will get home just in time. Yeah, it's just a little too late. Just barely. He will grab those unlock controls, though, getting that map control. Being ready to go. We do have, I think I saw a Twilight Council. Yes, Twilight Council started on up, as well as following up with the robotics facility and the Forge as well. Should be seeing possibly that Blink once again. Blink pretty good on this map. Let's actually have a 4th being taken from Stephano as well.
Now, it looks like Tails is going for this robotics facility, probably going to go into Colossus play again. And to be... Oh, kills his own Forge. Oh, right after the upgrade completed. Okay, I was like, what? Because it still had the Chrono Boost on it, but it was actually deactivated. So, gonna be dropping his 3rd down now, going for this gas-heavy play. I wonder, he's getting the Robo, but I really wonder, are we going to see Colossus play out of him again? Because I don't feel like this is a good map for Colossi. It is so big, and Colossi make your army so immobile.
Yeah.
We see him throwing down the Templar Archives, and I really question whether we're going to see Colossus out of him. Maybe he'll go Colossus at some point, make a few Colossus to make sure his opponent, he forces out some Corruptors or something. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we just don't see Colossus from this game.
So true. As we actually have a couple of lings being sniped here. They were on hold position, a couple of force fields going down. I don't know if that was quite worth it, but again, cutting that army in half might be 4 Tails. Another couple of force fields going down as well. Decent job from Stephano, saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and move my lings around and forcing a couple more force fields because he was going to lose those lings no matter what. But Tails cleaning up that army. Yeah, decent play, as we do actually have a hive about 80% of the way done. Bit of an early hive from Stephano here. And it looks like he might just want to stay on this Ling Infestor type of play, which he was actually kind of known famous for. He's really good with his Ling play. Some spine cards in the middle of the map as well, some decent creep spread, and here we go. Looks like Tails is pushing across the map again with an Archon, a few Stalkers, and a nice beret of Zealots.
We are seeing more spine crawlers from Stephano. And remember, when we see spine crawlers from Stephano, his positioning of it, little risky. And I think he's probably going to lose this expansion. That is not going to make him happy, because I'm pretty sure with the quantity of spine crawlers that we see from Stephano right now, he wants to go for Broodlords again. And he wants to be well defended against these early timing pushes. Oh my god, he's going for Ultralisks. So going for this really high tier 3 tech, and he needed the gas. He needed the gas at this fourth. Now he's reestablishing his fourth, probably going to move these spine crawlers up so he can actually use the spine crawlers to defend the fourth. But when we see this number of spine crawlers out of Stephano, as opposed to like the first game with Antigua Shipyard, where he didn't have a lot of spine crawlers, and he just poured roaches and hydras and infestors into his opponent's base, all these spine crawlers, huge indicator of him going for heavy tech, getting +3/+3 upgrades so fast. And we are seeing the Colossus, Robotics Bay rather, to make Colossus out of Tails. And this could be really, really rough because Colossus not that good against Ultralisk. Stephano can be in a really good position if he manages to survive into the late game, but he's really going to rely on these spawn crawlers and great positioning of them in order to make it to that late game.
Yeah, and he also canceled the hatchery down in the bottom right corner, thinking Tails might be a little aggressive here. Saw a couple of Lings scout that and see that army on the way. Stephano actually putting some Lings up in the top left corner, is getting himself in a position to possibly get us around on when they do engage spine cars, but look at this. Tails actually indicating he wants to expand once again, getting a fourth Nexus on up. Our box bay did finish up, so we do have Colossi popping on out pretty darn soon with that thermal lance technology. So there we go, Nexus going down, a few photon cannons as well. Gotta love this, again, just slowing down his opponent if he is too aggressive, and also stopping from any Lings from running by and getting us around on that Nexus and finishing it off. And we do actually have that Ultralisk Cavern popping out. That Chitness Pleading. God, I actually have such a hard time saying that for some reason, as we do have a couple of Lings running down that Zelnaga going to say, hey, you have a Nexus going on up, and this might trigger some kind of attack from Stephano, or maybe even another double expand as we saw earlier on.
Well, now the Observer from Tails does finally get into the main of Stephano and see that Ultralisk Cavern. And Tails is not going to be too happy with the fact that he made 4 Colossus, and that his upgrades are just not up to par with Stephano. There's a timing window here where Stephano, he's actually preparing to move. He's not going to move in yet. He's going to wait for his 3-3 to finish. He's going to wait for his chitinous plating. He's kind of just faking a little attack here. I really don't expect him to move in. If he does, huge blunder. When his 3-3s finish, he's invested so much into upgrades right now. And Tails' upgrades are so far behind, he's not even going to have +3 attack, Robin. And he's only going to have 1 armor, but he's moving in actually before the upgrades are completed. And I question this decision a little bit, but there are a lot of Colossus out right now. And he gets off some nice neural parasites on those Archons, able to turn around and kill their brethren. And you know, Stephano just realizing he has a little bit of an edge here, gonna clean up the army of Tails. And maybe I spoke too soon, Robin. He is doing so much damage, even without those 3-3 upgrades, which are completing in the next 5 seconds. He's not even going to need them. He just destroyed the army of Tails.
Yeah, all his Colossi fall as well, and looks at that. He's going to go ahead and parade his way onto the natural as well, just try and do some economic damage. There are a few Stalkers here. The Infestor's going to throw down some Infested Terrans right away. The Ultralisks are gonna run on in here, and again, that splash damage helping out so much against these Stalkers. That upgrade did finish up, as you kept mentioning earlier, and actually Tails had to cancel that Nexus down in the bottom right corner. Actually, I think he may have lost it. I think I saw it go up, but we do have a huge number of Lings again running down here as well. Gonna clean that all up, and look at the Lings on the way, just reinforcing this army. 4 more Ultras on the way, Immortals popping on out, Stalkers blinking on top of these Ultras here, but the Lings make it here just in time to deter those away, and the Lings do get to surround those Immortals as well as those Stalkers will be falling no problemo, and the Zealots are left to clean up these Ultras. Unfortunately, they cannot hold, and it looks like we will be seeing Stephano possibly macro up a nice little army and get ready for another push again.
Now, this is Tails paying for not scouting his opponent's unit composition or generally his tech structure. You know, he didn't see that Ultralisk until about 16 minutes into the game. And Stephano realized, oh my god, you have completely the wrong composition to counter my Ultras. I am just going to kill you, even though I have +3/+3 wrapping up in 30 seconds. You saw my Ultra Cavern, I don't want to give you a chance to even begin to react. I'm just going to come kill you, and he did. Tails, as we were saying, man, Colossus, not so great against Ultralisks, and really paying for it. Now he's got some Immortals out, but I think Stephano has simply done too much damage for Tails to come back from this. He's not out yet, but he has suffered so much. We aren't seeing Stephano, though, capitalize on the advantage that he has and expand everywhere. If there's anything that we can really say about Stephano here that he may possibly be doing wrong is trying to seal the deal now. But if he does, obviously, he will take the victory here. And these Immortals, where are they? Oh, they're hiding under the Colossi.
Oh, yeah, there they are, just hiding underneath those legs. Smart hiding spot. They are the kings of hide and go seek, as the Ultras will be cleaning up those few Colossi as well. Zealots are left to take them on. A bit of a blunder earlier from Stephano. Lost a few Infestors, but he went ahead and reinforced a few back here in the left corner. Some more Lings on the way, as well as some more Ultralisk Lings will be able to get a surround on top of those Immortals, so they will be falling right away. And Tails just losing so much here. Stephano pulling back for just a second. Finally expanding down here in the bottom right corner. And maybe we'd like to see a double expand again. He's kind of stayed on this this 4-base push for a little bit, and he started getting really saturated at his main as well as his natural. But the same is held true for Tails. His main is almost completely gone. Actually, he did just finish up